What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with our next cleanup video. The first few have been on hogs. This one's going to be a little different. This is a laloonion cleanup video, and we'll get right to it. The first attack we're going to talk about is Keo's attack on this. It was actually more than, this was not like the first and second attack. I actually attacked it after Keo. He just did a better job, so I want to use his attack, and then I'm going to go to obviously Alpha Dog down there who gets the job done. Keo starts this attack very smartly, sends 4 hogs right here to take out this air defense and get the clan castle lure. That all goes perfectly. Then he elects to bring them down to the bottom, drops an anchor down here on this army camp, brings them down there. The clan castle comes down. He drops his, a few wizards. It has a dragon in the clan castle, a few wizards, and the queen basically to take it out. And here comes the important part of the attack, the thing in my mind that separates the two attacks. Keo drops his golem right here. It immediately starts beating on this wall. Then he drops a wizard up here to create his funnel, and his troops are starting to move up this direction. He then sends in wall breakers. Now they break this wall right here, but they do not open this compartment. Okay, the troops cannot get in there. They're going to be funneled straight into here. The golem starts to walk up and around and gets on this archer tower, but then he sends his king in. Okay, now this is kind of important. He sends his king in. The king obviously walks over, he whacks this thing, and then he walks to the archer tower. Well, the queen comes over and shoots, and the king walks in. It locks on and walks in. Instead of waiting, letting the golem go in first, the king does. Then this single inferno tower locks onto it. Now, the king and the things take out the actually the queen doesn't go down to them, but he's fighting, and the single inferno tower locks on and takes him down. The golem, by the time this breaks, starts moving down in this direction, and the single inferno never locks onto the golem. At that point, the queen gets into the action, walks up, takes the enemy queen out, but then the single inferno tower locks onto the queen. Now, both of his heroes are dead. This air defense is not down. The inferno tower is not down. Just basically these defenses down here are down, and the clan castle troops. That's going to be the major difference. The way this went on the bottom is going to change everything on this raid. Had he held his king back a little bit, waited till the inferno tower locked onto the golem, then sent the king in, or just timed it a little better, I think it would have been a totally different raid. It turned out totally different. This would have went down. Possibly the inferno tower might have went down to the queen. Don't know. We won't know. Now, when we get to that point, you'll see it. And before you say it, I know what you're going to say. Yes, Alpha Dog does have level 30 heroes. Keo does not. But trust me when I tell you, this base can be 3-starred by Keo's levels troops. It was just a few tweaks. It was not a bad attack. It was actually a very good attack. Just a few things that minor went wrong that caused it to not be the 3-star. Now, once this all started happening, he did send in his, he only brought 2 lava hounds. Alpha Dog brought 3. He sent one in from here, started dropping balloons. Then he sent another one in here to soak up the air mines and bombs. That's all good. Started dropping balloons. That goes down, obviously, relatively quickly because it's exposed. You can send the balloons right on it. Then they move over here. He starts dropping balloons. It's all going great. They get all the way around, take all this core out, but what's left at the end is down here. What made all the difference, and then a few buildings over here. Had this went better, had this air defense went down, and definitely had the air defense and the inferno tower went down, he would have had the 3-star. Let's watch it and see how he did it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. Here comes the hogs. Again, dropping them straight on the air defense. That's perfect. The clan castle's already emptying out. The air defense goes down. Easy peasy. That comes out and it's great. Actually takes out the mortar, but that's not a big deal. Then he just drops his anchor down here. He's going to bring the clan castle troops down. Again, that dragon being in there changes things a little bit because you've got to get some heavy hitters on that. It's a level 4 dragon. So he wisely drops his queen down as soon as he distracts a few and takes a few of these minor troops out with barbs and then drops his wizards behind. Queen goes down. You got to use your queen to take that dragon out. It's the only chance you've got. There's no choice. But he brought it down to the right angle. The queen's still in play. No big deal. There you see the golem I'm talking about and the wall breakers. Even had he opened the other compartment, it might have went differently. But the wall breakers don't. He tried to drop one more. Excuse me. Tried to drop one more. The compartment still doesn't open up. here comes the king right there. The Inferno Tower is locked on the king. Now he uses a rage. That's all fine and dandy. But look how fast the king goes down right there. Boom. The queen's starting to take out that storage. The golem's still not in range of that Inferno Tower. The troops in there, all it taken out. Now the queen's taking time right there, locked on the queen. Now the queen goes down so fast, he even misses the ability. Like I said, had that golem been the target and been locked on, I think this raid would have turned out way differently. The air defense would have definitely gone down, and probably the Inferno Tower would have went down if he'd used the queen's ability. Here comes the attack. Sending in his lava hounds. Again, he only had 2, and then right behind them, balloons. You got that wall of balloons coming up top, keeping them raged. The air defenses go down really quickly. But see, had this bottom air defense went down, that lava hound would be up there tanking instead of running across the base here and busting down there at that bottom air defense and losing all those pups. But now the balloons are working their way in. He uses his last rage in the core. It's going really well. Right there, the top Inferno Tower goes down, the bottom Inferno Tower goes down, but the damage is sort of done. He's got 2 short on balloons here. You got an air defense he's still got to deal with, an X-bow that's pointed up, just sort of ran out of juice. But again, a really nice attack. It just, with the balloons having to come down, get that last air defense, that last Inferno Tower that could have gone down, it just wasn't enough. And possibly Alpha Dog bringing that third Lava Hound made a big difference. We'll go back to the drawing board. We'll watch how Alpha Dog did it, and then we'll watch it live, and you guys can see how it turned out differently. All right, guys. Looking at it again, Alpha Dog starts it really similarly. He drops 3 hogs here, as opposed to 4, which was nice. A nice touch. Saved a hog and took out the air defense and got the lure. At the same time, he drops a 1-for-1 trade on this archer tower and 1 hog. And it takes out these 2 defenses. Now, the cannon's not a big deal, but the archer tower is nice because that's just another thing that can hit your balloons that's out of the raid early on. So a little more efficient there on that, but that's not a big deal. I think when it really gets nice is when he brings them down here. Again, brings the clan castles. Oops, wrong color. Brings them down here, but he keeps it up a little higher right in this area. Drops his anchor and then starts bringing his his king, queen, all that stuff, and drops a nice rage for him right here, right when the clan castle troops get there. Let them take it out. Wall breakers go in, and then the golem goes in. And you'll notice here as the king stops to and takes a swing at that, it's just good timing. The golem steps in and it picks up the aggro from the single Inferno Tower. That's all the difference in the world, because while that Inferno Tower is taking it down, they are wrecking this entire spot here. By the time the Inferno Tower locks onto his king, it's already beating on this wall trying to get to the queen. Uses his ability, still gets to the queen, gets taken out. Then the Inferno Tower is sitting there hitting all these little individual barbs, just boom, 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 while the queen's back here sniping. By the time the Inferno Tower locks onto the queen, the air defense is already dead. Then he can simply use his queen's ability, shake the aggro from the Inferno Tower. Now it's targeting all the little archers, and she takes out the Inferno Tower. Again, higher level heroes, but still could be done with Kiyo's level heroes. They're plenty capable of that. It was just a little better timing, maybe it was a little luck, getting that golem in there and the Inferno Tower locking on. At that point, he does start to send his troops in. He does bring 3 lava hounds, which I would do also on this base. I did do that, but this did not go as smoothly for me either. Sends 1 in there, 1 in there. Balloon 2 on the first AD, balloons backing it up. 1 on the second AD. Again, just this wall of balloons starts coming through, keeping them raged. And then once they get to this point, and he's got a nice rage for him, and they take out this core, it's over, because all this on the outside, there's a Tesla here and this wizard tower that can hurt the balloons, and that's it. Everything else is taken care of, because all this went smoothly down here. The hogs, the loon, early loon. It was just a really, really nice attack. So let's watch it, let you guys check it out. All right, here we go, guys. Hogs going in, as I said, 3 hogs. Maybe it was 4 there. I'm not sure. He might have brought an extra one. And 2 hogs down at the bottom. I'm sorry, I misquoted that. A few extra hogs down at the bottom. So just a few more troops there, but the 1-for-1 trade with the balloon and takes out 3 buildings at the start as opposed to just the 1. Clan Castle Alert's done, drops the golem for a distraction to let them go ahead and focus on that, and then drops the king, queen, wizards, all that behind it, and takes that all out really quickly with a nice rage there. Those wizards in basically one shot take out that dragon. And then the wall breakers come down, open everything up. Right there, you'll see the Infernal Tower is already locked onto the golem, so that's awesome. It's going to bust it pretty quickly, and then it locks on the king, but the damage is already done. It's almost through the wall. The queen's down. Right there, you'll see the queen takes out the air defense, and now that Infernal Tower is wasting. It's just being tanked by nothing right now by those individual barbs, and only right there does it finally lock on the queen. He uses the ability, shakes the aggro, takes out the mortar, and then boom, the Infernal Tower is down. Here come the Lava Hounds. You see how much better that went down there. That, to me, is the whole thing. That queen's going to go down because all the X-Bows were targeted on her. But the Lava Hound's coming in. The rages on the balloons, just going to be a swarm right here up top. And then, again, they're going to bunch up, and they're going to make it all the way to that core. And now the Lava Hounds are tanking for that Inferno Tower as opposed to running down to that last air defense and just passing that up. So the balloons are more protected. Right here, the last X-Bow's about to go down as soon as those balloons make it, and the last Lava Hound, or one of the last Lava Hounds went down. There's actually one more that doesn't bust, but doesn't need it. Again, those only the 2 towers are left. Look how many balloons he's got. All these pups back here are free to just clean up. All the bombs were tripped. It has a swarm of balloons left, which are not great for cleanup, but we'll take out a few buildings as the pups move around and get the majority of the job done. So you'll see there again, beautiful attack by Alpha Dog. Really, really nicely done. To me, that bottom compartment, taking out the queen, taking out that air defense, going smoothly, made all the difference. And obviously it doesn't hurt to have those higher level heroes. But really nice attack, Alpha Dog. Nice attack by Keo as well. Hope you guys learned something from it. Till next time, Jake from One Hive, doing my best to help you guys suck less.